Wildly charging in is an infamous horned terror who's been making hunters rage quit since the early days. Everyone has a personal horror story to this monster, but now it's time to put these fears to rest. Welcome to the Hunter's Guidebook featuring Diablos. Let's take a closer look at what we're dealing with here. We'll see that he has a weakness to ice, but with weak low rank options, water will do. His head is his weak point, and his horns are needed for a lot of gear, but never attack it directly. Aim for the legs to trip it up, then go for the head. I'm using bone armor here, but since Diablos hits harder than anything else in low rank, I recommend upgrading all the pieces to at least level 3 to prevent getting one-shotted. Against Diablos, I'll be pretty honest here and say that using a lance or gun lance is pretty much easy mode. My recommendation is the Jagras Gun Lance 2 or 3 if you have the Monster Bone Plus. With this, you can safely block all of his attacks with only some doing chip damage, then use the health booster to heal it right back up. Admittedly, the lances aren't very popular weapons for beginners, so for the majority of the guide, I'll be using the duals, specifically Madness Pangas 3 for their mobility and damage output in short bursts. If you don't have the 2 Monster Bone Plus for the upgrade, you can just stick to Madness Pangas 2, but the hunt will just take a little bit longer. My Palico is running the basic low rank loadout of base leather armor with a Pukibo for some poison damage, which does pretty well against Diablos. Going into his moveset, let's begin with the most straightforward attack, the charge. He just runs straight, then steps on the brakes. Don't chase him too far since he often transitions into a tail swipe that always swings from the right to the left. Not every charge goes into a tail swipe, but he does it often enough that you need to be vigilant, as it provides a good opening for some offense if you can dodge it, specifically when it swings back to the left. Up next is the pacing charge, where he walks around a little, aims for you, then charges with a burst of speed. He often follows this up with a standard charge, just like this. Now in this instance, I failed to anticipate the speed of his attack, so it hits me hard. But I managed to dodge out of the follow-up just in time. Here comes the hip check, often used when you stick close to him. Either keep your distance or roll towards the tail to keep safe. It's an attack he can transition to when transferring to terrain, so maintain a healthy distance. The Wild Swing is probably the move that hits me the most. He always swings in a wide arc to your right and then to your left. Those smoke clouds you see are a good indicator of the hitbox this attack has. Straight out of Pokemon is the dig attack, where he digs into the ground, moves towards you, then emerges from underneath. I like to use the Superman dive to guarantee a dodge, and you can transition into some offense afterwards. To do a Superman dive, just sprint away from the monster and do a dodge roll while still sprinting. You are invincible for the entire duration of this animation. Area 14 changes up some of his attacks with these sandfalls. Here we see him charging into one and transitions into a dig attack. Watch out since he can still use a tail swipe after emerging. Once again swinging to the right, then to the left. Keep a safe distance. Now he's digging again, so keep an eye out for how he moves. If he enters a sandfall, he is gonna burst out swinging. Do not touch him until the end of this animation. Now for the juicy part, the actual hunting. When you first attack Diablos, the first thing he's gonna do is... So don't do an opening attack in demon mode or it'll just drain your stamina. Here he opens up with a dig attack, so make sure to keep your distance and time your dive. As soon as you get up, go into demon mode and spin into him. I happen to pop a flash fly at the same time, which blinds him. I deliver a standard combo to build up my gauge, but transition into a demon dance as soon as I see that he's doing a harmless taunt. He does a rare repeat taunt, so I just keep attacking, leading to our first knockdown. You have enough time for a demon dance in a standard combo, but definitely not 2 demon dances. What I did here was a demon dance and a half since my first one bounced. Surprisingly, he's still taunting due to the effects of flash, so I just keep attacking. But he roars, and we are back to normal hunting. Take note that this many taunts in succession is really very rare. Does a charge? Let's see if he does a tail swipe. He does, meaning you can attack while it swings to the left. Now he's digging again. So be sure to be sprinting away. Do your Superman dive. Spin into him. Now we broke his horn. He's reeling. You can keep attacking him a little bit more here. Alright, we knock him down one more time. Meaning we can go for the head. Do a demon dance and a half. Just like that. And we have already broken both his horns. He charges again. Let's see if he does a tail swipe. Nope. He goes into a dig. But he doesn't aim for me. He goes for my Palico instead. But the approach is the same. You attack as he emerges. He does a wild swing. And this gives you a chance to attack on his way back to this position. He does the hit check. Make sure to dodge towards the tail and attack on his way back. Wild swing. Hit him on this way back from the second swipe. Does a charge. Let's see if he does a tail swipe. Nope. He's charging again. Will it be this one? Nope. He's charging again. He roars and we're kind of just sitting here. Alright, what happens next? Okay, he does another wild swing. Keep your distance. You can attack on his way back after the second swing. He's charging again. Let's see if he does a tail swipe. Nope. It goes into a dig instead of a tail swipe. But he doesn't aim for us very well this time. Attack while he emerges. Yep. We broke another part. Keep attacking. Don't overstay your welcome. Wild swing. Keep your distance. Attack him on his way back. He's charging. Let's see if he does a tail swipe. Nope, he's doing a taunt instead. Go for it. Do a standard combo. I prefer the standard combo since it's easier to dodge out of it. Alright, digs, we do a Superman dive. Spin into him. Charges again. Let's see if he does a tail swipe. He does. Attack on its way back to the left. Alright, hip check, dodge towards the tail. Hit him on his way back. He's charging again. Does a tail swipe. Attack on its way back to the left. Hip check. Dodge towards the tail. Hit him on his way back. Hip check. Yep. Dodge towards the tail. Hit him on the way back. And that pretty much sums up this section of the hunt. We knock him down and I go for the tail since I already broke both his horns anyway. So those are the attack openings you have while you have dual swords or a fast weapon. But now we're transitioning into the gun lance. Here I'm just trying to get his attention. I poke and shell, which does fixed damage. Just keep an eye on your ammo as well as your sharpness. Admittedly, I could have been a lot more aggressive here because I was playing it a little too safely. He charges, you just block it. Counterattack with some shelling attacks. Charges again, you can just counterattack. Here I do a worm stake shot, which happens after you shell 3 times in quick succession. Alright, he's just taunting, so I reload, just keep firing. Do another worm stake shot, knock him down. No, I'm sorry, I just flinch him, just broke apart. Palico makes him flinch, does a dig attack. And just stand your ground. As he emerges, attack. Yeah, this is why I prefer the shelling. I recommend shelling because I kept bouncing off if I tried to poke him. So, at this point with Diablos, like, none of his attacks are any real threat to you. And if you do start getting the chip damage, just use your health booster or have your Palico deliver a Vigor Wasp to you. So now we knock him down. Now we throw some big attacks. It's a perfect opportunity to use the Wyvern Fire. Aim for his horns. Yeah, we've already broken both. Alright, he's digging. Just block. Stand your ground. Poke him. Shoot. Yep. Another worm stake shot. Yeah, the key here is just don't get greedy with your openings. And just know how much offense you can manage to pull in between his moves. Because if you're just blocking everything, it removes the burden of having to to really dodge most of these attacks. So like here, barely even chipped our stamina. So this is why I decided to just put a little segment here for the Gunlance, because admittedly it doesn't make for a very interesting video. But you know, I just decided it's good to have this option here. There's a wild swing, same openings as if you have dual swords, just block instead of dodge. Yep, and he's already going to the next area. So that pretty much sums it up with the Gunlance. You don't really need much, just block and counter. Eventually we track him down to his lair with the sandfalls, and he looks really peaceful while sleeping. Hard to imagine it was trying to gore us just minutes ago. Well, seeing as there's no real reason to ever extend the hunt with the Diablos, let's just lay our shock trap and throw down 2 trank bombs and put this to an end. Diablos is really one of those monsters that gives you a proper welcome to Monster Hunter, as you'll see in the blooper reel coming up. But it's an immensely satisfying challenge to overcome. Let me know if I was able to help you in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one where we'll be hunting down our infamous mascot Rathalos. This has been the Frustrated Healer. Thanks for hanging out, and until next time, enjoy the thrill of the hunt.